So this was a thing. Hello everybody, my name is MeisterBloo, and today I'm going to be looking at the first episode of the brand new series, The Fruit of Grisaia? Grisaia. Grisaia. And from the very get-go, this show had a it gave off a very heavy feel to it. Like, when it first started, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be one of these kind of shows, one of these serious kinds of shows where the tone is never goofy. It looks like it's just going to be not upbeat. It looks like it's going to be just solemn is, I think, the word I'm trying to go for. Just all the characters looked upset or about to be upset, and the lighting and everything wasn't bright. It was dark and moody, and the character designs themselves actually gave me a feel of Persona, which does have its very dark and gloomy moments in it, so that didn't help shake that feeling. So I thought, going into this, oh, this is just going to be a really downer one. This is, like, from the very first time you, like, see the animation and you see the characters and they start talking, it's down. It's just, mood is very low. The show starts us off introducing us to our main character, Yuji, who I have no idea what happened. All you find out throughout this episode is that people he knew and loved died. Or I think he loved them. It's very questionable. He's being transferred from wherever he came from to this new place where he's going to attend this school that the principal swears it is an ordinary school. She's like, I know that you said you wanted an ordinary school so you can have an ordinary student life, and she says that kind of thing can't be really provided anywhere else to a person who has his history, which they don't delve into yet, which makes me curious, like, what did this guy do? What happened in this guy's life to where he has to go to this isolated school where literally there's only like 6 students in the entire school? It's like gated, there are video surveillance cameras everywhere. What did this guy do that this is the only place where he can now have an ordinary student life? And in that sense, the show's got a really strong first episode. It's got some mystery that you really want to find out, because you're just like, wait a minute, this is pretty intense. What could have possibly happened? So it's a real good way to grip somebody in. This first episode, he's mainly just going around meeting all of the girls that attend the school, because of these 6 students, none of them are boys, so he's going around and he's meeting these people individually, and they all seem really, really goofy. They are complete opposites of what the show's mood started off as. They are all like comic characters. They have crazy expressions. They goof off. They get silly, and they just have this they don't care attitude about them. Like, no matter what happens, he literally walks in on a girl, and be forewarned, there is quite a lot of this, at least in the first episode. He walks in on one of the girls who's in his room changing, because her room's on the 2nd floor of the dorms and she's too lazy to go up there and change. And he just walks in as she's like underwear, taking off her bra, and she's just so gung-ho about it. She does not care. She does not care at all, but neither does he. I guess the only thing I can really say that's really bad about this first episode is that the main character is bland. He's very, very bland, and in the worst kind of way of bland, where he's one of those characters where it's so obvious that they are making him out to be, oh, he's just a hardened badass, and he doesn't care about anyone or anything, nothing can shake him. But he just comes off being very bland. They're trying to get the cold dude who's not afraid of anything, and he reacts to things instantly, so he's like, person pulls a knife on him, he could just go, whatcha! And like, instantly the knife will be like right here, not even phasing him, he won't even blink. They're trying to make a character like that, but he's just coming off as obnoxiously bland, and I don't like him so far, I really don't. I'm curious to see what happened to him, or what he did, but in terms of his personality, it's not intriguing in the slightest. However, that could be to contrast the abundance of personality that all these girls have, because each of them have quite a lot of personality, and by the very last point of the episode, which I'm not going to say what happens, but the very last point, it's clear that a lot of that personality is to cover up it's to cover something up. These girls have some hidden secrets that we're likely going to be diving into with the episodes. Of all of them, I think my favorite might be this blonde girl that he comes across, whose name is Michuru, I think. And she's this blonde girl who, when he sees her, it looks like she's doing vocal warm-ups and exercises alone in a classroom, and she's bleach blonde hair with the twin tails, which is honestly an anime hairstyle that's been growing on me. It's been growing on me ever since I watched Heaven's Lost Property and just fell completely in love with Nymph. But this girl's personality is she's like trying to be a tsundere. She's attempting and doing her best to come off as tsundere, and that's really interesting because typically if there is a tsundere character in a show, they're just a tsundere. This girl is not really a tsundere, I don't think. She's just trying to come off like that. And because of that, her personality is actually very similar to Kagami from Lucky Star, and Kagami was my favorite character in that show, which, like, when I saw this girl, I was like, oh my god, it's like bleach blonde Kagami. I love this. She has, like, a kitty face sometimes and everything, too, which I don't think Kagami ever had, but it made me also think of Lucky Star. To quickly touch on the technical aspects of the show, the animation, for the most part, it seemed alright. It seemed okay. The style of the show, again, reminded me a lot of Persona, but just darker and a little more moodier and everything. But whenever these girls go into their little, like, what I'm going to call personality fits, where they're just go crazy goofing off, and every one of the reactions is, like, heightened to the extreme, the animation gets very fast and very cartoony, and I actually started laughing at some points, especially with this blonde girl that I mentioned. A lot of her animations when she gets, like, going is really fast and really, like, cartoony. They have, like, the black outlined eyes, the like square faces, the Chibi Hatsune Miku face, for anybody out there who would understand what I'm talking about when I mean that. They have that kind of face a lot, and they're those really cartoony faces that I flat out love. They're really offsetting to the overall, like, dark tone that the show, I think, is trying to convey. The music, it wasn't, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that, like, really stuck out, but I did notice it. I did notice the music when it was there, so that is a thing. Like, it's better to have music and it be noticed than to have music and it just completely be lost. It's completely gone on the person, which I can't recall the show that I was recently watching. It's the last one I just watched. Strike Witches. That show's music, I didn't really even notice it, I don't think, because that's the kind of thing that I look for with music. I would rather have it be noticeable but forgettable than it to not be noticeable at all. And the only forewarning I can really say for this show is that it's got a lot of man service, it's got a lot of fan service, it's got upskirt shots, it's nowhere, and the characters don't even notice them. And if I were a girl, I think I would notice if a wind was like, well, there goes my skirt, and put it down. But yeah, it also has man service, so it does keep the balance between everybody. Although I will say that the guy is awkward. The guy, he's like, it's kind of like Dragon Ball Z, but the guy's kind of skinnier. So instead of looking like he's just meat and muscle, like in Dragon Ball Z, he looks like a skinny guy with, like, rocks underneath some parts of his body. Like, they made his muscles kind of jagged looking, and I was like, this doesn't work. I mean, if you like it, then sure, go ahead, but I'm just sitting here laughing because I'm like, this guy's so awkward looking. But yes, I've rambled on long enough about this first episode. I will say that this does seem like it's going to be going into a very dark realm, and I like that because it's October. So maybe this is going to turn out to be some sort of, like, horror, mystery, suspense thing, and I really hope it does, because if it goes that way, I'm going to I'll throw all inhibitions out. I will watch this thing day by day when it comes out, because it is coming out, I think, let's see, today is the 6th, so yesterday was Sunday. Came out yesterday, I think, on Crunchyroll, first episode, so I'm assuming it's going to be streaming Sundays. Of course, I will have the link to the episodes down there, but I don't think you'll be able to watch it until next Sunday, unless you have a Crunchyroll subscription. It might be one of those ones where day-by-day releases come earlier for subscribers. And with all that said and done, I have a Facebook, I have a Twitter, I have a Hummingbird account, I have a Steam Curator page if you want to check out some of the anime-style games or just adventure horror-style games that I like to play on Steam. All of those in the description. I have a Tumblr. I don't really use it though, so if you want to follow that, go ahead, but I'm not busy on that. I'm really busy on the Facebook page and the Twitter. So yeah, those are the two main places. Those are also places where if you have any recommendations, I highly suggest you either leave those in the comments or go to one of these pages and let me know, because I'm always on the lookout for more stuff to watch, more stuff to talk about, and the more discussion there is, the better, because I love talking about this stuff, and this is a really good medium because you can actually find a lot of people in it who like the same things, and you could really talk about it. And lastly, until next time everybody, peace out. Right?